everyone, to the last PGL of the spring split, and it's going to be a banger because I have my spring season LEC champions, Armut and Carzzy from the Mad Lions. My gosh, a reverse sweep, an insane series. Armut, what does it mean to you to come from the TCL, come to the team that recruited you and had so much faith in you, and prove your worth by winning the LEC title?
Yeah, like I was not expecting to win my first split, especially with Carzzy in my ADC.
Great start.
I mean, I'm really actually proud of my team. They all played really well. So I'm really happy that we have this environment. Like, even we were like losing 2-0, I was laughing at least. I mean, we were also laughing. We are making jokes that we are going to say like we are going vacation or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice jokes, I would say. We had so much fun even though we are losing. So, I mean, I'm really happy to play with this team. So even though we lost, let's say we lost to Rock 3-2, I would not be like, of course I will be sad, but I will be really happy that I'm playing with them, you know?
That's just so wholesome, Carzzy. You want to react to that? And also, can I just say congratulations?
Thank you. Well, all I want to say to this is it's just so cute, you know? I don't know Armut like this. He's always so... He just hates me, you know? But now he's saying these nice things. It's so beautiful.
It is. Yeah, the banter between the Mad Lions is definitely a sight to behold. But Carzzy, let's get back to kind of you and yourself and your career. Entering, of course, the LEC not so long ago, having a fantastic breakout season, making it to Worlds. There, of course, not the results that you'd hoped for, but then the big changes coming into this year, and all of a sudden being the experience on the roster, right? With Humanoid and with Kaiser and with Armut also in a way. What does it mean to you to be so young and so early on in your career and already winning an LEC title?
And I cannot lie, it feels great. After last year, I was kind of losing the hopes of winning it all and becoming the best.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because we lost to them. But after this split and throughout the entire split, we just played so well and we improved and we had so much fun as a team with this new roster that I just gained new hope.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it shows, you know. Let's talk a little bit in depth about the series, in depth for as far as you can. Talk to me about after game 2 then. You already said, maybe Carzzy, you can speak on it now, but yeah, we were okay, we were laughing, but that's difficult. You come up against a Rogue who beat G2 yesterday, who's looking like they got the game plan down. Talk to me about kind of the communication and the momentum and whatnot from game 2 to game 3.
And I think we all knew in the team that Rogue is not the best at ending the game fast. So we were never scared of them like punishing us and finishing the game super early. So there was always the hope in the game that we can win. And even though we lost the second game, we knew that they are not playing well and that we can come back.
Armut, there was such a huge difference all of a sudden in game 3. Now you played bad in games 1 and 2, but that Wukong comes out and we know that you love that pick, and it looked like across the board the team elected to go for comfort instead of maybe other plans. What happened to you? Because all of a sudden you were Superman.
Yeah, I mean, they were picking the ADC and mid lane champions that non-ability to escape, so I was just, give me Wukong, I don't care about top lane matchup, just pick me Wukong. That like, I knew we had like much chance to win with Wukong into their comp late game, so I just go for it. I didn't care about my laning, to be honest.
Yeah, but that meant that you had to be so impactful in the team fights, right? So that's making it a bit difficult for yourself.
It's just me.
Wow.
I mean, the thing is, after losing the second game, we were like really frustrated because second game was ours. I mean, we felt like it was our game, but they took it away with just 2 kills. They just finished. I was like, what?
What's happening?
What? Yeah. So we kind of felt like angry because we didn't want to lose to them because we didn't think they were good enough to beat us. So we were like, let's go, boys. Time to play this game, you know?
I mean, good you said, let's go, boys. The people at home...
At home? What do you mean?
What would I mean? What do I mean? What do they vote on? The people at home.
People are home? I didn't understand.
What do the people at home vote on after a series? The player of the series.
I mean, who, you mean?
No, never mind. You're the player of the series.
Yeah. I was kind of expecting it.
I know, that was my... You were expecting it?
Yeah, to be honest, because like, of course, it's not going to be Carzzy, Kaiser, LEC, like Humanoid. Of course, it's going to be... Yeah. I mean, I was kind of expecting it because I think Wukong pick had so much impact, which is really weird because they didn't ban it fourth game. I was expecting them to ban. They didn't. It was weird. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thank you
Armut,
so
for
much.
having Player of the
Thank you
Series.
so much.
Carzzy, apparently you don't deserve it.
And it's fine. Like, I don't need MVP. This split, I don't get a single one, and I just don't need it.
It's true, you actually didn't get them. Your teammates got a lot of them. We'll go back to the conversation in just a second because I hear that Laure has Humanoid and Kaiser standing by.
Thank you, Sjokz. Back to this side of the stage. Thank you guys for joining me. Congrats on winning the LEC title today. Was listening to Armut and Carzzy, are they always like this? Go, Marek.
Yeah, basically. They are, I mean, outside of the interviews, they are literally the same. They are really funny and kind of stupid. Yeah, you can see that they are laughing, you know. So yeah, I would say they are the same.
What does it bring to the team, to the whole mood, and why is it the reason it clicks? When I talked to Armut, Kaiser, he told me that the fact that you guys get along, are really good friends, joking with each other, is what makes the difference and what unites this team.
I mean, for sure, like just spending time with each other and like enjoying that time is like one of the most important things to have in a team, because like you will naturally just get along better, or like communicate better in like team fights or like even like skirmishes, whatever, you know. So I think getting along with each other is just the most important thing, and we get along like really well, like we are friends from the start. So yeah, it's amazing.
I love it. And I mean, we could see through the player camps today, even in difficult times, you guys was constantly smiling, especially Carzzy, actually. But talking about the series itself, Elioya told me he doesn't really know what happened, how you guys turned it around. What's your take on the series, Humanoid?
I mean, I think after game 2, I felt like they weren't really that good. Even though they won 2 games, I think in game 2 should have been ours. And what I feel about Rogue is they are good, but I don't think they can really play the late game correctly. So every time we are behind, it doesn't feel like it's unplayable ever. It always feels like we can come back, and we could see that in the last game. And so, yeah, they have a really strong early game, but I don't think they have that good late game.
Yeah, that echoes to what something Carzzy was saying earlier. But Kaiser, I mean, we saw that Rogue's bot lane was actually super strong. Were you worried at some point, or is this the reason you shifted from game 3?
I mean, of course, dying 2v2 like every single game is not optimal for our team morale, but I think like this happened in scrim always like as well, so we were not that worried. Like we were winning scrims either way. So yeah, I mean, it's just the usual for us. Me and Carzzy, like we just died 2v2, it's fine. So we knew that Rogue was a team that, like, of course, they had a strong early game, and they also picked for that. Like, they picked the Varus, like, really early every single time, and they, like, play for the lane. But we know that, like, these kind of champions are not that, like, strong later in the game, and I think we did a good job of, like, identifying what we can take on the other side of the map, or, like, me just roaming top lane, getting Armut ahead or whatever. Yeah, just looking for opportunities to get out of the bot lane matchup, and then, yeah, scale it until late game.
Looking for opportunities, trying to be creative even around the draft, and this is what got you your first LEC title to both of you. And Kaiser, you joined the league 2 years ago. How does it feel to have a title so early in your career?
I mean, last year even, or like, yeah, last year in spring, we were kind of close, like we beat G2 and then we got a bit sloppy. So now that we are actually there and like now that we beat Rogue, that also beat G2, it just feels amazing. Like, yeah, just to be like on the pinnacle, I guess, of Europe and yeah, play against international teams now.
And yeah, Humanoid, similar question, getting your first title a bit later because you've been with us for a while now. And yeah, getting a third opportunity at Worlds actually. At MSI, excuse me. You will be playing MSI. You played Worlds twice. How is it going to be?
So I'm really happy because this year it doesn't feel like I'm going to a match just to lose. And it felt like that the last 2 years before, where you just go to semifinals against G2 or Fnatic. And I don't really see us winning the game before the match, even though like it's a pretty bad mentality. Like we could usually see that we got stomped. But this year, going into the matches, I feel like we actually have a chance to win against everyone. So it just brings more hype for me that I can actually like play to win instead of just play to get to semifinals and lose to the G2 or Fnatic.
You will do great internationally. I'm so happy you will be representing us for MSI. Congrats again on winning the split. And yeah, let's send it over to Sjokz for the rest of PGL. Take it away, dear.
Thank you very much, Laure. Fantastic to hear from Kaiser and from Humanoid. Carzzy, I said already there, it was a rough time in the bot lane, and this is such a team fighting meta that is centered around a lot of what the marksman will be able to do at the end of the game, right? So how do you stay sane in a situation like that when you know you will get there later, but in lane it's just so difficult?
I mean, I'm definitely not used to this because in practice and even in like some officials during the last 3 weeks, I was always the strong side and we were playing free bot only, so I had a lot of resources. And the last series against G2 and now against Rogue, the finals, I always played weak side. But I'm kind of a good weak side player, I must admit, so even though I die, like, to be honest, when I die, I start playing better. So for me, dying is actually like a starter to be
Like a
a
power
better
spike.
player. Yeah,
I
it's my
see.
power spike.
Okay, well that's good then, even if you get a bad start. I also want to ask you about Humanoid specifically. I know you have a very good relationship with him, and it's wonderful for all of us to see kind of the journey that he's been through, because as he says, it was kind of lambs to the slaughter before when he was in the playoffs and he was fighting those really good teams and his team couldn't really do that much. What can you tell me about playing with him today? Because from our perspective, he made so many insane plays in those team fights.
I mean, playing with Humanoid is definitely the best thing that could happen to me in game. Outside of the game, it can be a bit rough with him sometimes.
Okay.
But I think that he's the best mid laner in Europe right now. And I also think that he can definitely compete with the world's players. Like, I think he's equal to Showmaker.
Oh no, the soundbite. The soundbite, Carzzy.
And I don't know, like, he's definitely very good.
Yeah, I love that you have so much faith in him. That is, of course, what you have to have when you're going to the big stages. MSI, now, of course, the last time you saw each other was at an international tournament. And now you get to go to MSI together, Armut. What are your expectations with the form you have now going up against the best of the best in the world? Possibly also the TCL if they end up in your group. I actually can't remember right now.
Yeah, I think in LEC group there is TCL. So I'm really I'm really excited to beat my old region. Yeah. Other side of that, the best teams, they're gonna probably beat us, but I mean,
Okay.
I do think they are probably stronger than us, but we still always have a chance to beat them. Like, we will not give up for sure. We will work hard. After vacation first, of course.
A bit of vacation.
Yeah.
Carzzy, for you, of course, Worlds was a very bittersweet experience. I feel like you came out of that pretty good also from the public opinion side because you had some amazing games and actually all around a good performance. What do you hope to show this time around at MSI?
We are gonna bring back the European glory.
We love it. Yeah, technically we still have the trophy, I guess.
Yeah.
On a technicality, but nobody mentions that. When it comes to that, is there anyone specific that you want to meet outside of the TCL region for both of you?
Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
Anyone
yeah.
can pass. Carzzy?
No.
Nah, okay. Well, they should be afraid of the Mad Lions. That's what I say. I think Laure's standing by for another interview.
Thank you, Sjokz. Third interview tonight, joined by Mac this time. Congrats on winning the spring season.
Thanks.
How do you feel right now?
It feels absolutely surreal, especially because, I mean, my body was fully prepared for defeat in the last game, you know? Like, we were so far behind and my heart had sunk to not even the bottom of my stomach, you know? It was in my feet and I was... I was really, really regretting some of the draft decisions we made because I felt like we gave them way too much early prio. Like in the center Tarm lane, for example, I was like cursing myself for not picking the center Tarm, and I was getting flashbacks to Game 5 of play-ins at Worlds, where I also cursed myself for that draft. And I think our wonderful players saved me on that one because. I mean, the Game 5 Supermassive draft, I think I've replayed that draft 1,000 times in my head since then. Like, I know every single pick, every ban. Like, I know every single iteration of all of the 10,000 things I could have done better in that draft. And that has been something I've thought about before almost every single competitive game that we've played this split. So to have players that can bail me out from that kind of enormous draft gap is really nice.
The nightmares of a coach, always thinking about the trust. But I mean, it's a team effort, as I always say. And the coaching staff of Mad Lions have been praised a lot, especially by your players throughout every interviews we had this split. So I want to know about this method, the staff you have around these players, and how do you explain that your work you've been doing translated today on stage in the finals?
I mean, I think that of all the staffs I've worked with, although we've had like unbelievably talented staffs in the past, right, where we had like me, Duke, and Peter on the same staff, for example, we all had very similar niches in a sense. And I think this staff is by far the best balanced I've ever worked with. Like, we just have so many different perspectives on things. Everyone sees the game in a slightly different way. Everyone has a different way of preparing. You know, we have people who are incredibly positive and really kind of exuberant in terms of the emotional energy they give off. And that's so easy to underestimate in a team. We have people who are, you know, incredibly good with numbers and statistics. We have our analyst who's like amazing at everything to do with data and coding and all the things that I don't understand. And yeah, we also have, you know, all of our performance staff and like just everyone involved. I mean, I'm not really sure how to kind of explain it apart from to say that it's really well balanced. And I think that that's part of the philosophy that we came with, and that's something that I have Peter Dunn to thank for, because the whole philosophy that Mad Lions has is about investing in people, and that's something that I just inherited from him. Like a lot of my coaching beliefs are just directly inherited from Peter.
It is really funny because when I think about making a team work together, it's usually, I don't know, some kind of dark science. You don't always know what's going to work. And I mean, when you see this group, they all love each other so much. They get along together. Yeah, how did you manage to, I don't know, take this group, bring them together and, yeah, make the kind of work we've seen today, if that makes sense, working on the human side also?
I think that this split especially, because I was taking over the role from Peter, I feel like the kind of head coach's job is to be responsible for the culture of an organization. And that's something that I focused on an incredible amount this split. I think I read like 7 different coaching books about like famous coaches that have been, you know, really good at implementing certain cultures and like business culture and lots of other different things like that. So I think that was a big help. But I don't think I can take too much credit for the fact that the players are just really wonderful people to work with. You know, they're all so confident and exuberant and they're always happy. You know, like even in game 3, we're coming back onto the stage and like all you can hear is laughter. And that's incredible.
That's what makes a good team. And you see them together, they click so well together. They're going to be going to MSI. That's not your first international experience, actually. You're starting to have a bunch. So yeah, how do you see this one going? What excites you about this MSI?
I think the format for MSI is really, really cool. Like this, you have this like kind of battle royale type format where everyone's just going at one another. So there's going to be a lot of games from what I understand, which is really amazing for us. Like just for me, having the international experience is like something that I'm just really grateful for. And I think it will benefit us a lot as a team. I think in terms of us being able to like take the next step to be able to compete internationally, maybe at MSI, we get punished for a lot of the mistakes that we make that we don't always get punished for in Europe. Because I feel like, for example, I feel like Asian teams especially tend to be way more coordinated in the early game. Like if we had played a series with these drafts against like a top Asian team, like they would just roll over us, I think, because of some of the early game mistakes that we were making. So it might be a bit of a trial by fire for us. We'll see. For sure, we have the talent and the mechanical ability to be able to challenge people. But I think we won't have been pushed like that in terms of the early game coordination by anyone in Europe for a long time.
All right, it's going to be a challenge for sure. And some experience you'll take for summer. But for now, Mac, thank you so much for this.
Thank you very much.
Congrats again on winning the spring split. And Sjokz, back to you.
Thank you very much. I think we're getting one of our famous Armut stairs. But with the medal. Wait, don't hide now. You won the title. Hey, Armut, we just heard from Mac and about the coaching staff, and I know you guys do talk about this in interviews a lot, but can you say something about, you know, not just purely the coach, because we often forget that there's so many people needed to run a good team, and tell me about the experience throughout this season with them.
To be honest, I'm really lucky that I have chosen Mad Lions this year because the organization, the coaching staff, the members, like the players, like they're all really insane. Like I'm really surprised. Like wow, you know. I mean, they're they're actually top team for sure, top tier team for sure. If you look at the organization and coaching stuff, I mean, we won the title.
Right.
That makes something, you know. That means something. So like, I really want to thank them because in the start of the season, I just knew how to team fight, kinda, but they teach me a lot of things like laning, macro things, micro things. Like they teach me kinda everything. So I'm really happy that they have my back, you know.
Yeah, they absolutely do.
Yeah.
I'm almost going to let you guys go. I hear that you're hungry, Carzzy. You haven't had a chance to eat a lot.
It's fine.
You ate rogue though, so like that's that. Armut, one final thing also for you specifically. I hear that back when you won in the TCL, there was a lot to do about your father on Twitter. And tell us that situation, and have you already been able to talk to your family at all?
Yeah, I'm talking to them like every 2 days or every day from phone.
Yeah.
They're like really supporting me right now. It wasn't used to be like this, of course, but now, like for like 2-3 years, they're like supporting me really insanely. That I'm really happy that I have them. I'm really lucky. I mean, there is not much to say. They are like supporting me really hard, and I love them. They love me, I guess.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you've definitely let them know that it's all worth because you're taking a great trophy home. Yeah. Carzzy, we talk so much in the broadcast about, you know, it's not G2 or Fnatic, the new era, all of that, but that is really true. And you guys are the type of players that exemplify what we know and love in Europe, being that new blood that's working with the experienced players, not being afraid to make plays. But the big question is, of course, you know, one final and one title is amazing. You're in the history books, but what is next? Do you think that you and the Mad Lions have the lasting power to get to final after final after final, and perhaps trophy after trophy after trophy, and why?
So I think there is a good chance that this can happen because everyone in our team has strong willpower and is willing to just play all the time. I think it's going to happen. I don't know what else to say about it, to be honest. We will just have to see in the future, but I believe.
Okay, and finally, is there anyone you would like to thank?
I would like to thank G2. I would like to thank G2 for, like, whenever we play against G2, it's just so much fun. And overall, throughout the entire year, I learned so much from playing against them, even in scrims, even in competitive. I just like all of them.
Okay, that's great. Armut, final words?
I just want to thank everyone who is supporting me. That's all.
That's
And also, if I can add something, I kind of forgot, but I'd like to thank my family, my girlfriend, my friends, and my teammates.
Yeah, there you go. I think you covered all your bases now. I am going to take, before I close off, another PGL selfie. Not many are going to be able to top this one, I think, with the champions and the production crew behind me. I guess I'll do it. Oh my God, boomer alert. I'll just do it like this. And then this ring is making it hard. 1 second. This is the hardest one yet. Here we go. Right. There we go. Smile. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Congratulations once again. Carzzy and Armut and the Mad Lions winning the spring season here in the LEC. So it's time for us to say goodbye, but just for now though. But I do want to thank you again for tuning in this entire season so far. Let's be honest, we're really starting to miss you in the studio. I mean, we all can't wait to welcome you back here, and we're so ready for it. So we hope that it happens soon. But in the meanwhile, we hope that we've kept you entertained and we've kept you happy. And of course, I can't do it alone. None of us here on air can do it alone. We have to have all these wonderful people behind us every single day to make it happen. They are amazing. They are goated, the LEC production crew. Thank you to everyone. And thank you all at home for watching. We have a new champion and they're beautiful. And we'll see you at MSI. Bye-bye. Woo!
It may feel overwhelming right now, but the amount of changes we've seen is actually in line with many previous splits.
But one does stand out as perhaps the biggest roster move in EU history, Reckless leaving Fnatic to join their arch rivals in G2 Esports.
Yeah, the reason I joined G2 is because I want to win again.
Mad Lion setting up the current call, getting lower.
Whoa, Reckless stole it!
No!
What? That's a golden Niski! Battlestorm! Golden as Selfmade runs away!
They get another one! Look at him, Bichu goes in, he gets the bubble to double kill!
What?
And now this Ocean Dragon is available! Quadra kill for the Doctor in the jungle!
Biancos jumps in, gets caught up by the Darken Blade, gets jumped on it.
Whoa!
Broken Blade!
Oh my.
Why not? Exhaust goes down, why not flashes away? Hillesang's taking a couple of tower shots.
Reckless was Fnatic's hero in the moments of end. Now there's no one to stop it.
White Knight looking to get to Mega Narb before Selfmade can get there. Selfmade takes a tower shot.
People in the LEC are too greedy to pay taxes.
Also gonna have to give a little bit of respect to him, and there we go! There is the good. I love it! I love to see it!
Armut escapes with his life, but now Niski with the huge outplay!
They're realm warping in, they want the kill. Comps on the other side of the wall.
Football off to the side, maybe G2 can find the class. Hook shot, wall dive, but he dashes over. Yes, that was personal.
During the pause, the only thing I could think about is how I snapped Reckless's neck. Like
I snapped his neck in half.
Larson pushing forward with the coin to give himself a little bit more space, and immediately Odo walking the dragon into the pit!
Yes! Oh, this is amazing!
This is horrible.
Magic Felix steps forward, there's the teleport coming in. The target gets blown up! The force bomb into a big one.
Magic Felix!
Magic Felix with the double kill!
Hang on, the ult in the mid lane.
Oh, the ult in the mid lane is blue, uses the realm warp. Is he gonna step back into it? He does, and he gets away!
They have to turn this, they have the damage, but no, the CC comes in, it's clutch, they turn right back!
Oh!
Ooh, okay!
Oh, 4 hits onto 3, Grippo dives in, and the Blade of the Exile!
So what if Reckless leaving was what the team needed? Fnatic are on the right path. Unless, of course, you believe in jinxing them through a monologue. In that case, you're a doofus and I can't help you.
And the charm comes out, and Fnatic fall!
I can hear the tweets at Sjokz right now.
Neon takes a gigantic...
Oh, there it is again!
It's again! Oh!
It's an SK on the back of the wings of the World Ender!
Charm going over, Selfmade, who's gonna go for it, flash into the pick, and they get it, yes! Oh, Fnatic looking to end it in the most Fnatic fashion I've ever seen.
The looting lullaby, look for that sleep. Mickey dives in! A 4-man Magnet Storm! There's the Ragnarok. Niski shuffles forward, and the train comes in. Yankos, that is disgusting!
Lord of Wamne acting on the front line, but he's just taking so much damage. They're just deleting him. There's no shot down the fire. Are you kidding me, Rogue? How did you make that work?
Look for the triple. He's going for the quadra. Come on, lads. Go for the penta, you absolute madman! Penta kill!
That's the question. This could be it. Patrick going in. He's looking for the flash. Yankos down. XL will defeat G2. This is excellent. Exceptional.
They take down the 2 best teams in the league.
It all comes down to today. With 3 spots already secured by G2, Rogue, and Mad, let's run through our competitors for the remaining 3.
It would be a shame if someone was to do a specific monologue on a specific team.
One more tower shot. Is that enough? Him gets the 1v1. And now Selfmade's dead as well.
Wamne coming in. That's the Mega Narb. 3 into the wall. Fnatic don't see it coming.
Misfits are dead. And Vitality have killed off any hopes the Rabbits had of making playoffs. Say thank you to Vitality, SK, and Fnatic, because they have secured you your spot in the final 6.
It's mid lane Nocturne. Is it possible to get Vedius on this, please?
Come on. Oh, he's running. I want you to hold it, Betty. Hold it. This is the deciding game for playoffs. Can they get the recalls off? Limit gets close enough. And he stops Cries from backing away. The Baron buff won't be enough. And Sjokz have made it to playoffs.
It has been 384 days since we last saw the players in this studio. But today, they return to the home of the LEC.
We get ready for the first game of the 2021 Spring Playoffs. Fnatic versus SK Gaming. Gen-X doing good damage. For the follow-up, not quite there.
Shockwave! Niski! That's a hero play!
lead. Now TP2. Gen X, what can he get done? He moves forward. Gen X, it's a clean play. They cannot body block the shotgun. Gen X! Can they turn this one? Treat's going back in for the engage. All eyes on blue, but he can't get anything done. Hillisang pulls the trigger first. Fnatic shred through SK Gaming. One final fight will not go in SK's favor.
You're gonna face G2 today. I think that best of 5 is a different scenario.
In playoffs, anything can happen actually.
G2 are now on match point in this series.
It starts with success. And success is all about
The Noxian Guillotine! Broken Blade! They're now Wonder trying to get over the wall. Broken Blade! A pentakill for Broken Blade!
It is game 5. Let's get hype!
G2, you've been in this spot before! And the H-Nuggets and the Emperor find his victims! Neon gets calm to half his HP. Wonder takes tower for a year. The charm comes out and is all on limit. He's already dead before he can even join the fray. Sjokz held a reverse sweep in their hands, but G2 shut the damn door in their face.
I need some rapid fire predictions. I can already tell you. Discord 3-0 for Rogue. No faith in El Yo-Yo. They want Odo.
Targets Odo again.
Oh, what a
he
flash!
flashes away from the hook, gets caught by the flay, goes forward and the ultimate comes out. Larson finds Carzzy. Larson finds Carzzy. A few seconds.
Oh, Yo-Yo!
Here comes El Yo-Yo bringing the thunder. And Mad Lions will have a rematch with G2.
So much on the line in tonight's series as Sjokz and Fnatic fight for their lives in the opening matchup of round 2.
Will they go for the dive? Of course they will. It's Fnatic. They're looking to finish it. Abadage flash onto safety. Abadage looking to turn.
Oh my God!
Back on the Flippo. Bounce back on the Flippo. Triple kill! Abadage! Are you kidding me? Schalke No Fear will sweep aside Fnatic. 4 years of top 3 finishes knocked out in an instant as Schalke move on to face Rogue this Sunday.
And the winner of today's series will be our first team in the LEC Spring Final.
I really think G2 are going to turn it on this series. I think it's going to be a 3-1 to G2.
3-1 Mad Lions. I think it's time for Rookie to show where is home for Grand Pass. Let's go, Mad Lions.
Kaiser's able to get the start.
Oh, Reckless, he's gone!
Down, the damage dealer for G2 is eliminated. So is Mickey, but there's 2 quick kills back from Jankos. It is a melee near the mid lane, and Wonder plus Caps are able to ace the Mad Lions. Mickey's going low, manages to catch the Drake.
Oh, it's a huge Laure!
Armut, he may have just done it. He set up 1, 2, 3 quick kills for the Mad Lions. That'll slow and low.
Shockwave!
Shockwave is huge! And it's Mad Lions that defeats G2. And it's Mad Lions that qualify for their first ever final.
Final series of round 2, and the stakes are higher than ever. The winner goes to the semifinal versus G2. The loser is done for the 2021 spring season.
And here come the rest of Rogue.
Okay, chill.
Ah, that was reckless.
Sorry, Larson.
The paranoia, how'd you get out of it? The darkness surrounds you, the attract repel stun will land, Trimby going in as well, and Abadage is on the back line. And he will rip asunder Rogue. Here goes Odo! Oh, he gets stopped immediately!
While Odo couldn't find the engage, Trimby definitely did.
Schalke fought and they fought, but in the end, it is Rogue who will fight G2 for finals.
G2 Esports and Rogue dominated in the regular season, and today we're going to get to see these superstars clash in a much-anticipated matchup.
Gold Card will slow him down, and Reckless still escapes with his life. Larson and Inspired trying to kill the retreating members of G2. It's a double kill from the Cougar form, Inspired. Oh, here comes the paranoia from way down bottom lane. Inspired puts G2 to sleep. Rogue crush G2. Caps is trying to get some kills on the backside, but he's down. He's dead. History has been made. Neither Fnatic nor G2 will be in a European final. And for the first time, Rogue will face Mad Lions for the crown.
Today is such an iconic day in European League of Legends, as Mad Lions and Rogue will become our new champions.
Today we get to witness something brand new. Today we get to witness something marvelous, something magnificent. Today we get to witness history.
That's going to be it. Armut now stepping forward. He wants to hold on to the base. He wants to end it, but Hot Sama. It's over. Wolf Strike again. 2-0 for Rogue. Nice. And Larson alive for now. Yo-Yo trying to do what he can, and it's Armut with the follow-up. Absolutely no fear in the eyes of the Mad Lions, and we're going to game 5. Inspired in the middle of everything, but is it too little too late? Onuwana tries to find a way to the backside, but it won't matter. Armut into 2, the 2 tie